Welcome to Go Again Gaming, brought to you by the Card Vault, Patreon, and GoAgainGaming.com. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel.
So hello and welcome back to Go Again Gaming. My name is Az, and today we're going to be discussing something that's going round at the moment on social media, and that is the potential Everfest supplementary set that is coming out early next year. Now, when the Arcanite Rising out of print news came through, they teased a Arcanite Skullcap with an EVR code, which hints the fact that it could be reprinted in the next supplementary set. But everybody knows that by now. So this sort of discussions going around at the moment is like what we want to see in the next set, or like create a card for the Everfest. So that's what I've done today, and a lot of you may have seen it on Twitter already. But this is As the Tormented. So I've created a hero. Obviously, it's going to be Runeblade based on my channel art, of course. So yeah, this is an adult hero, but obviously could be played in Blitz as well with half the life total. I'm getting notifications about the tweet now, I expect. So as you can see, it's just generic 4 intellect, 40 health, and it has a once per turn instant. It says, whenever you create rune chant tokens, you may pay that much life. If you do, create that many rune chant tokens. So it's one instance of rune chant creation. So I'm going to go through a few examples from my Viscerai deck in a moment as to what would happen based on this interaction. But I love the fact, coming from a Magic the Gathering EDH background, I love mono black in Magic the Gathering, and I love demons, I love tormented souls that pay their life away to draw cards or pay their life away for benefit. And, you know, using your life as a resource has always been something that I have loved as a gameplay mechanic. It's living on the edge. It's living dangerously, as Austin Powers would say. But yeah, I've always liked it, and I think it goes hand in hand with a lot of the themes and flavours that I like about fantasy worlds, is the demonic, you know, paying your soul, siphoning your soul for power sort of thing, Warlock-esque, Dungeons and Dragons style stuff. So yeah, just paying your own life away for benefit that could potentially, the life that you pay could then swing around and hit your opponent in the face, which is always good, plus the damage that you're going to get from the physical side. So let's have a look at some of the cards that this interacts with and how it would interact with such things. So one of my favourite cards in my Viscerai mid-range deck, that's what a lot of players that I've played against have sort of identified it as, although I play for theme and flavour. So, you know, if it's a mid-range deck, so be it. But this is one of the cards that I love in there, and that's Oath of the Arknight, which is all iterations of in this deck. So this is a Runeblade action for 2 resources, and it says your next Runeblade attack this turn gains plus power, and it says create a rune chant token and go again. So with Az's ability, what you would do is you would see that rune chant creation, pay 1 life, and then create another rune chant token on top of that. So that's pretty good. And obviously this ability that I've created, it only really works with all the cards that are available, because you need to generate rune chants in order for it to work. So the rune chants that you get from the cards that are already printed and already potentially balanced to the game are only going to be doubled by the life that you pay into it. So yeah, Oath of the Arknight is one of the good ones. Dread Triptych is a good one. So 3 resources. Whenever you attack with Dread Triptych, if you have played another non-attack action card this turn, create a rune chant token. So you could then pay 1 life and then gain another rune chant token. When you attack with it, if you've dealt arcane damage this turn, create a rune chant token. So you could always choose to gain tokens that way, an extra one. Or if it hits, create a rune chant token. So there's multiple ways of generating rune chant tokens on Dread Triptych, and then you can obviously then pay your life away to create that many rune chants again, which I think is quite good. Next we have Meet and Greet. So this is like a 3 of in this deck because it's a 1 attack which pops rune chant tokens, potentially has Go Again and creates them potentially. So this is good. So if it hits, you create a rune chant token. So then you would pay 1 life and get another rune chant token. So that's pretty cool. Mordred Tide is pretty good. So until end of turn, if you would create a rune chant token, instead create that many +1, which will just go off with Az's ability, because whenever you create an instance of rune chant tokens, you could potentially double it, but then you'd also create that many +1 with Mordred Tide, which is pretty good. Bloodspell Invocation I think is a great card in this deck just because it cares about hitting people, creating rune chants and spewing them out. So this is a good one. So for one resource, the red version this is, but all versions are quite good. I think I have yellow and red versions in this deck. So for 1 resource, you can play a aura. It says Go Again, which is fine. You don't lose any action points for it. And it says whenever an attack action card you control hits, destroy Bloodspell Invocation, then create 3 rune chant tokens. So with Az out, you could then pay 3 life on top of that and create 3 more rune chant tokens. So as long as an attack you control hits, you're going to get 6 rune chant tokens if you pay 3 life, which I think is pretty good. Morver and Skies, all iterations of, are fantastic with Az. So you can obviously play this card. The next Runeblade attack action card you play this turn gains Go Again, and if it hits, create 2 rune chant tokens and then pay 2 life and then create 2 more rune chant tokens, which is great. Spellblade Assault would be a lot better in this deck if Az was the hero piloting it, because it's just a simple attack. You pay 2 resources and then you create 2 rune chant tokens. So then you could pay 2 life and get 2 more rune chant tokens. So just building up more rune chants for paying life away. And another instance of because obviously Az's ability is a once per turn instant, you could also use this in conjunction with Reduce to Rune Chant, which is the Runeblade defense reaction. So obviously this costs 1 resource less to play for each rune chant you control. And then it says create a rune chant token, so then you could pay 1 life and then create another rune chant token. So being able to create 2 rune chants on your opponent's turn while blocking out damage would be quite good, I think. Obviously we have the Read the Runes package, so this just doubles all of those up for no resources. You can get double the value from these cards, which I think would be just brilliant, and they would probably be the most valuable card in the deck for that reason, that they're all the values are doubled. So Read the Runes obviously is a 0 cost action where you create 1, 2 or 3 rune chant tokens depending on the pitch value. But with Az, you could pay that much life because it's an instance of rune chant creation and get double that amount. So with the red Read the Runes, you play it for free. You get 3 rune chant tokens. You pay 3 life and you get another 3 rune chant tokens, which I think is just pretty good. For 3 life, you're then getting 6 arcane damage back as an investment, which I think is very good. Rune Blood Barrier would be ridiculous in this deck because it stacks with itself, which is decent. So for 3 resources, you can create 4 rune chant tokens. So with Az out, you could then pay 4 life as a result of this rune chant creation, and then get another 4. So you could get 8 rune chant tokens off of this card. And then it says if your hero will be dealt damage, instead destroy that many rune chants you control and prevent 1 damage that source would deal for each rune chant destroyed this way. So if you play Rune Blood Barrier for 3 resources, you get 4 rune chants. With Az, you then pay 4 life to get another 4 rune chants, which gives you 8 rune chants in total, which will then potentially block 8 damage on the opponent's turn when they swing back at you. Or if you manage to block that attack, you've then got 8 arcane damage potentially coming at them next turn, which I think is pretty nice. So that's good as well. Just looking through the deck now to see if there's any more rune chant creators in this particular deck that I've got, but I don't think there is actually. So there's probably other rune chant creators that I'm missing that aren't in this particular deck because of the way it's built. Yeah, I just thought it would be a nice little video to make with the conversations that are going around at the moment with regards to creating your own card. But I've always been a fan, as I said, of paying your own life away for benefit in card games, board games, and the like, and using your life as a resource. So I think this could be a very, very good flavour win for the demonastery and for the sort of blood necromancy magic and pacts with demons and all that sort of stuff that's going on over there. So I do hope they include life as a resource style demonastery flavour in the future. But what are your thoughts? Leave a comment in the section below. And if you've got any spicy cards that have been created for the community, please share them with me on Twitter. Tag me at Go Again Gaming as, and I'd love to see them. It's a great challenge. So Louis, awesome for putting this together. Well done. Hopefully it features. But yeah, we'll see you on the next video. Peace.